Hello everybody, to Prism SMP. Prism SMP is a Hermit-like-esque server where a couple of us are getting together and trying to basically just have a bunch of fun. Some of us are content creators, some of us aren't. I got the invite from Ari, or HeyItsAuri, on YouTube, and I messaged him on YouTube and Discord, and he ended up inviting me to here. I've been on for about 2 weeks. Some of the other members have been on way longer. At the time of spawning in, this village was already made. So this is Spawn Village here. Spawn's a little ways over that way. Um, but this is here for any new players since we're a new server. We're still inviting people as is. So if you would like to join, I'll leave Ari's Discord link down in my description so you can message him and ask. He's doing all the vetting for it. But this is here for anyone who's new to the server to get started and get a little bit of a leap towards already setting up their base. So it's been pretty good. I've been here, like I said, about 2 weeks, and I've already got my base started. Mostly a hole in the ground, but I'm going to catch you guys all up on that and discuss future plans. So I'm going to roll that catch up right now.
So here's the recap. I made my way to Spawn Village, and after getting there, I wandered off a bit after chatting with Etzman, and Etzman managed to find me. He gifted me some emeralds and told me about some villagers for trading back at Spawn Village, so I made my way back there, geared myself up, found a horse, and began to search for where I could put my base. And I ended up deciding to settle on this little chicken drumstick island looking thing. And put down my roots. And that was the end of the first day for me. Then came the second day. I found this hole that I immediately decided that was the best place to set up shop. So I began to light everything up that was in the immediate vicinity, and then carved out steps up that tunnel area that you had previously seen. And then shortly after putting in a bit of a ramp here, began to put in a hole in the ground. I was going to become a hobbit very quickly. I then cleaned up my steps quite a bit. And then after doing that, I found some zombies down in a hole when I started to dig downward for a caving adventure. So I sat here and killed them for a while, and then suddenly decided that I should probably make it so I can't easily fall in. They can't seem to keep coming. And that's when I got this lovely little ambush of zombies calling. I totally was not freaking out at this point. I am a professional. I have no idea what you are talking about. So after defeating those with absolute calm, I then proceeded to go caving a little bit. So I lit up this cave that was right where those zombies you saw earlier in the hole were, and then listening around, I realized I could hear some more additional zombies coming from this direction. So I dug up there, found these zombies, and proceeded to then kill them with complete calm, yet again, no fear whatsoever, and found a zombie spawner, which was a welcome little addition to this area that I was unaware was here. I awoke the next morning and decided to go up top just to assess some things, and was immediately greeted by some visitors. The neighbors aren't very friendly, I found out, so had to deal with them briefly, but we had tea and we settled our differences very calmly. I then began to clear the area of dirt that I would be putting the zombie spawner, and you'll see what I mean here in a moment. So it was about this point that I got a special visit from somebody else on the server. So let's watch that really quick.
So I do have an offer for you.
Okay.
Said offer would involve one of these.
Oh. What would I need?
So the task is extraordinarily simple.
Okay.
I have at my base a hall full of stonemason villagers already maxed out at master level.
Okay.
I need to fill shulker boxes upon shulker boxes with the quartz blocks from them, and I'm lazy.
How many boxes are we talking?
If you can fill me 2 shulker boxes of each, the pillars and the quartz blocks, I will let you have the elytra for free. Well, not for free because you're working for it.
Well, yeah.
And I'll give you the elytra ahead of time. So that way you can actually get to my base.
Getting around, so I will take that offer.
So I make light ones.
Alright, which way are we going?
Alrighty, I am off this way.
Where is your... Apparently I landed too hard.
Like this one. The most common pick that's ever broken. Your Silk Touch picks. Yeah.
100%.
I keep a box of those.
So I thought this would be interesting to show you guys. This is where Ari's base is located in relationship to me. Down that left-hand corner, whereas I'm more the top right. You can see some interesting formations there, and this is where I'm at, as previously covered. But he took me through the nether. You could see I died there, and yeah, that was all fun. And I got a little bit of a tour of his base. What a nice gift from Ari. On it, you're going to hear that bell, and that is a bit of foreshadowing in a way. You're going to find out what the heck that's about. But I definitely needed these wings early on. They've helped me a ton in gathering a lot of resources that I need. So let's jump back into our regular programming here. And to start with, before we continue, I did need to do a little bit of... tender loving care on the zombie spawner, because I had forgotten one very important thing when I had initially built it, which was something that was so simple and so stupid that I forgot it. You have to be within 16 blocks of a zombie spawner for it to actually spawn, and my design did not allow for that, so I needed to change up my design a little bit to bring myself a little closer to it. Luckily it wasn't too much, as you are about to see right now. So I need to do that order for Ari here. It's been probably close to about 20 hours or so since me and him talked at this point. I had work and other things go on in between then and now, and I figured that instead of just doing it and then dropping it at its base, I might do something a little bit more interesting and do a build. I was browsing around last night and saw a really cool build that I'm going to attempt to replicate. I don't have the same materials, so I'm just going to do my best with what I got and see how it goes. So I'm coming up in location right now, and I think I want to build it on the highest point possible, so that's not going to be actually there, but here. Yeah, I think this will do nicely, so let's jump right into a time lapse here, alright? So you can see it right there behind me. And it's looking pretty good, if I do say so myself. The vines came in a bit. I hid chests at the base. I'll go show that to you here in a second. And that is where I'm going to be putting in the quartz for Ari. But in order to do that, I need to go trade that quartz. So I think I better head over there and get going. And my guess is I am going to spend more time trading quartz than I did building this whole thing. So might as well get that going. But first, I'll go show you where I'm going to hide it. Right here on the left-hand side of the fist, I've hidden these 4 chests here. And I need to get some quartz into some boxes for Ari and put them in here and then leave him a clue. So I'm going to head off and do that now. But it does look good, if I do say so myself. So after doing all the trading and getting all the boxes set, and I even threw in an extra box for Ari, I delivered them over to the fist and logged off for the night. And when I logged back in, Ari had already collected them, and we're going to roll that clip now.
Are you able to talk?
Yeah, for a
So-
little bit. Howdy.
How long did that take to build?
About an hour and a half.
He's like, I wasn't even gone for that long, and I'm like, how did he manage this in such a short time?
I actually built it before I went and did the quartz.
That would explain it. You had this planned the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Fair
Figured
enough.
it added to the landscape. So
Oh yeah, I agree. It's stuff like that that's kind of fun. That's just fun to have, and just reminders
Yep.
of the craziness of the season.
oh yeah.
I might have left you a present. Good luck finding it. Have fun. Bye.
Is that the piston? Oh great. You're back.
Hi.
Oh no.
Don't worry, it won't kill you.
I heard a
Drive
piston.
you insane. Drive you
heard it.
insane, maybe, but kill you, no.
I heard a piston right when I slept, so now I'm curious. No.
Do you think
okay,
I'm-
this is.
Come on, Regen, I'm better than that. I cover my tracks a lot better.
Oh boy. You're gonna come back here in a little bit, and I'm gonna have the whole place torn up.
Probably. Just tearing apart your floor.
Pretty much. Hey, it's a hobbit hole, so you know, whatever.
That's fair.
Now I'm tearing up my ceiling.
So you know this little little machines you can get on like Amazon that you can leave at somebody's house, and it
Oh,
just at
no.
random
Yeah,
intervals just makes a random noise.
Oh
I built you one of those. Congratulations. Enjoy.
shoot. And what's the sound distance on a piston too? Dang it! So it could be literally
I'm not-
anywhere.
I'm not answering that question.
Oh boy. I will find it eventually.
Look, I'm gonna be real. Just be glad I didn't do this one,
Oh no, I know what this is.
because that one crossed my mind.
Oh boy. That I would have found right away because
Oh yeah.
I could not have put up with that. Oh, it's about to go off. I heard. No. Thought I heard it from. Well, here's some lapis.
Oh,
Ah, haha! I found it.
that didn't take very long.
So I still have one more time lapse and a little bit of a monologue explaining my plans for the season to get through. So in order to get to that, I think we should cover a couple more things, but I'm going to blast through them here really quick. So let's get right into that portion. So the upcoming replay that I'm going to be doing is going to involve a lot of mud. So you can see there I started off with a bunch of mud gathering. I went to the end and somehow accidentally looked at an Enderman because I wasn't wearing a pumpkin. Managed to return, get my stuff, put a pumpkin mask on, and die again. Unfortunately that wasn't caught on video. Luckily Etzman was here and he managed to head back into the end with me. I died there again for a third time and he managed to save majority of my stuff. And finally, deciding that just today wasn't my day, I took a break, but then later on came back, went back to the end, and it went a lot better that time. Managed to get myself some wings, get myself some shulkers as well, and then returned home. Now, aside from the mud that I collected for the build that's upcoming, I also need wheat because I'm going to be using a lot of mud bricks. So you can see here I began a moss farm. I'm going to put on some music and let you just kind of enjoy it here briefly, and then we're going to get into the final replay of this episode. That replay is going to happen right after this one.
So this building's not quite done yet. I definitely want to do something about those windows over there and mask them a little bit, maybe so you can't see inside. Maybe flip them out for some darker glass. Not quite sure on that. And I definitely have some work to do still yet. Like on these lower parts, I want to put windows in there, but I got to figure out how the design, you can see I was playing with that a little bit. Over here, I want to put a floor at this level with maybe a basement where we can put something else down below. I didn't really talk about this too much, but this is that I use to then craft all these mud bricks, which was the whole purpose of putting in this moss/bone meal farm. If I want to switch it over to just making only moss, all I got to do is remove some of these composters and put in some hoppers to extend it down, and then it'll start going up. And while this was running, while I did that replay, I've gotten quite a bit of bone meal. So it's definitely not the most efficient, but it's pretty good and suits the needs I have for the moment, at least. But yeah, this building's got touch-ups to do. I got to give it a name still yet. I was trying to think of something. It's got zombies and bones, so I think something, the undead pub or something along those lines. If you guys have suggestions, leave them in the comments. But this is going to play into my overarching theme for the whole season that I'm going to be doing here on the island. Wrong one. So I have this island here, and I'm going to segment this out and figure out where I want individual buildings. But this region over here, all the way down, is going to end up being all like a town, and I might extend over into this island up here as well. But like a town that's kind of been left to ruin in the after effects of a war or something along those lines. And then my main base is going to be going over into this area here. I'm going to have to clear a bunch of those trees, and that's going to be a big project in the making. So just wanted to make sure it wasn't night. So that's going to be a big project that is going to take a bit to get to. But in each of these buildings, I'm kind of thinking I'll put a farm or some utility in it. So villager breeder is pretty close up on my short list of things to still yet do. But I'm not going to reveal quite what I'm going to do here for my main base yet. I want to kind of settle on a bit more of the design before I do that. Yeah, so that's what, at least for my base, our plans. I got a lot of other plans for the season as well. You saw earlier that we built that fist. That was all the way right here, and you can kind of see it right here as well. Kind of looks like it's giving me a fist bump from the sky. And I actually am thinking, I know this is pretty close to Ari's base, and Etzman and Desab, I don't know how to say his name quite yet, to their base, but I think they won't mind if I populate this with some other structures. Maybe I won't, maybe I will. Not entirely certain. But yeah, there's going to be some lore elements that I'm going to do, not necessarily in my base alone, but for the other people in the server to also explore and discover things. So I have a lot of work ahead of me, a lot of resource gathering. The tempo or the pacing of all future videos are probably going to change for me a little bit. This was very much a catch-up video with whatever clips I had happened to be recording in the moment. I tried to catch most things. There's definitely things I didn't catch on video or just decided not to include. Especially since this video got a little bit long. I'm going to try to keep it around, 20-minute mark at most on the high end. So, but not under 10, I don't think. So, yeah, if I can get another video out on Friday next week, I will, but it might extend a little bit until the weekend, and I will see you guys later. Hope you enjoyed.